Hey moms, so we're doing another best of advice for work from home and mompreneur or work from home and homeschool moms. Okay, so this one is about parenting. And as I've said in previous videos, I feel like my kids need to be 30 before I can give parenting advice, but at the same time, I have received and implemented different parenting tips, and so I want to share those with you. So I am Jodie the mom from lifeunboxed.blog. I am a mom of 6 and a virtual assistant. Let me rephrase that. I am a homeschool mom of 6 and a virtual assistant. So Life Unboxed is all about giving you the tools you need to homeschool and work from home. Okay, so for this parenting advice, number 1, if you want to raise polite kids, then be polite to them. So this was advice I think I heard when I was pregnant with my first one. And I don't know why it struck me, but it was from a mom who had raised her kids. And actually, she was a single mom. And so it was one of those things of just like, it is very practical advice, but how true? How many parents have you seen that are just so rude to their kids, calling them names, frustrated? Now, you can joke around. Okay, I'm not saying that. Like, I joke around with my kids, but just rude to their kids in general. So be polite to your children, and they will learn to be polite to others as well. So that was one nugget. The second one is apologize when you need to. You need to teach your kids when to admit when they're wrong, and a lot of these behaviors are going to be modeled by watching your example. So if you have offended or hurt or done something, which we're parents and we're human, we're going to do it, apologize quickly to your children so that you're also modeling that behavior for them. Don't be too proud to apologize. Okay, number 3 is enjoy your kids. Like, just enjoy being with them. The other day, my 2-year-old was, mommy. So I'm like, come on, let's do this. And she goes, what are we going to do? And I said, I'm going to play with you. And that just like blew her mind. Like, she was so excited to play with me. So she brought me her little drawing board, like one of those magnet with the graphite in. And we sat there and we drew squares for like 15, 20 minutes. That's all we did. We just sat there and I drew squares for her because she thinks it's a lot of fun. So enjoy your kids. Enjoy spending time with them. Because I know everyone says this, but we don't believe it until we're there. But time really does fly. I cannot believe my oldest is almost 17. And time has just flown with him. So enjoy the time that you have, because you're never going to get this back. They're going to be adults. And they're going to be on their own. And yes, you'll still have relationships with them, but it won't be the same as having them living in your home with you. So enjoy your kids. All right. The last piece of advice is your kids aren't you. This is something that I have to tell myself often. We had some friends, like, old friends we hadn't seen in a while. And, when I say I'm homeschooling my kids, they're like, I bet your kids are so smart. And they're just so well educated and all these. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I can barely get my kid to read. Like, one of my kids to read. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's because they were basing that on knowing me. Like, I am academically inclined. I love research. I love information. I love to read. Not all of my kids are like that. Out of 6 kids, my oldest daughter is probably the one who is the most academically inclined. I've had struggling readers. I've had kids who just don't think like me. And what motivated me doesn't necessarily motivate them to do their schoolwork. What I would do naturally doesn't necessarily come to them naturally. How I would approach a book or approach my schoolwork or approach life doesn't even like enter their mind as a way to do something. So I've had to, learn the hard lesson of my kids aren't me. So I need to treat them as individuals. Even though sometimes I wish they were more like me. It would be helpful. It would be really helpful. So that is a wrap for this parenting tip. And be sure to check out lifeunboxed.blog, and you can find a whole bunch of stuff over there. So, and there's a bunch of links in the description below. So check it all out to see what clicks for you. And I will see you in the next show.